and welcome to the first ever Lightning Talks. It's something that I started at my last company. It was hugely popular with everyone, not just the developers. It was popular with the marketing guys, sales guys. The MD loved it. He did quite a lot of talks, although he did have a lot of attendance, but I'm not sure whether they were for the right reasons. Some of the people had, I think, better talks and maybe less attendance. Anyway. So first of all, what and why? It's a very loosely structured, informal presentation by anyone to everyone that's interested. Means that absolutely anyone can say, hey, I want to talk about X, Y, and Z. I wonder if there's anyone interested, and we invite the whole company to attend. Like I said, it's completely optional, so whoever wants to come along, if it's something that you're interested in, you can come along. And why do I do this? So it's an opportunity for you to share something that is of interest to you, and you can share it with other people. And it could be just because you want to talk about something that interests you. It could be that you want to practice public speaking. For instance, I am absolutely terrified of standing in front of people like this and talking. At my wedding, having to do a speech was literally the worst thing. Almost ruined the whole day for me. Hated it. And finally, it could be something that if you want to test out an idea, there's especially in the development community, there's a lot of industry conferences, and myself included would love to go and talk at one of these conferences about some of the cool work that we do. But maybe I want to test out the idea in a short form first, so I can present it to a small audience, see how it's perceived, and then go from there. So what's the format? So it happens once a week on Fridays at 10:30 a.m. We might have to move this to later on Fridays, although we might then clash with other things, but we'll find a good time slot. For now, we'll do it at 10:30 a.m. Attendance entirely optional. And the topic, I'll announce it on the Friday, so I'll tell you today what next week's topic is. And I will email everyone on Monday so that you can then find out whether it would be something you'd be interested in. If it's something that you know you're not going to be interested in, you're probably not going to show up, unless you just want to be nice and show support to everyone. The format is that it's 5 to 15 minutes in length, no longer. I will cut you off after 15 minutes. Do bear in mind, 5 to 15 minutes is actually a surprisingly short amount of time. A lot of people, when they first start putting their presentation together, they start talking, and next thing they know, 45 minutes gone by, and they go, oh, I thought it was only 10 minutes. So to make sure that you practice it. You don't actually have to have that much material to make a 15-minute presentation. After that, we allow up to 15 minutes of questions and answers. It could be a topic that the audience all of a sudden wants to ask lots of questions about. So there's 15 minutes that we allocate for that, which means that the maximum it will take out of your day is 30 minutes, which is great. Also, within this format, if you would like to do, you can do a Pecha Kucha form presentation. If you don't know what Pecha Kucha is, it's a fun format of doing presentations where you have 20 slides, and the slides change automatically after 20 seconds. And it's a very structured way for you to have a 6-minute and 40-second, I believe, presentation that's snappy. It means that you're not sitting on a single slide for like a minute, like that just done here. So what can you talk about? Anything that is of interest to you and or something that you think would be or interest or use to anyone else. It doesn't have to be industry specific, it doesn't have to be about gambling, it doesn't have to be about tech, it doesn't have to be about UX or finance. It doesn't have to be about your own. It can be anything that you want, really. So some of the examples that I've either heard in the past or I think that would be interesting ones. So the day in the life of, we had really exciting ones at my last company where we had a day in the life of an account manager, and all of a sudden everyone in the company went, oh, so that's what account managers do. We thought they just sat around and played Angry Birds all day. They didn't. You can do talks like mitigating radiation-induced single event effects in software, which is a paper from NASA. Sounds amazing. Hopefully something that Matt might present at some point. You could do introduction to top betting, so it can be a top betting word. Why Z is the best team to play kickball ever. Go sports! You don't have to do sports, but if you want to. And if you do football, I might not attend. I will try and attend everyone's, but if you do football, I'm not a big fan. And Emperor Nero's administrative policies. I'm sure Freddie might be telling us about the policies he did at some point. So it's just to can show you that you can talk about absolutely anything. we've had people talk about Westlife in the past, attended by surprisingly many people, which was fun. If you want to talk, you'll fall into one of four categories. You want to talk, and I have a topic in mind. Come talk to me. I'll schedule you in, and we'll see when we can find an open slot that works for everyone. If you don't want to talk, but you want to hear about something, you might want to hear about, so how does a firewall work, or what's an internet, or what's a toolbed, or there might be an area that you're interested in. If you let me know, I will then see if I can find someone who can talk about that topic. If you want to talk about something, you want to practice public speaking or presenting, but you don't know what you want to talk about, I got the answers from the previous lot, so then I can give you ideas of what would be good ideas. Same, if you have an idea and you're not sure whether it is suitable, let me know and we can talk through it. And if you don't want to talk and don't have any topics in mind, then attend if you want. Can't help you that. And I think every presentation should really have a cat photo, so I put one such at the end here, because otherwise it doesn't feel like a presentation that I've given. So there's that. And next week we have Matt. He's doing a talk titled "I Don't Mind If You Have a Lisp on Your Computer," a really short introduction to the Lisp programming language. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, that'll be Matt next week. And lovely. You can find me on Twitter.
Nice.